Hello everyone, I'm here again Aditi with yet another grammar component adjectives. I hope you're all fine and taking good care of yourself. Today we are going to learn about adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are the words that describe nouns, that qualifies the noun and describe it. Fine? So adjectives are some of the words which qualifies the noun, explains the noun and adds something to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. Whenever we deal with the adjectives, we need to answer few questions as in what kind of it are we talking about, which one we are referring to and how many. The moment we answer these questions, we are able to apply correct adjectives to the following nouns. So let us go ahead with the slides. Adjectives can be described in many ways. Adjectives can be described in many forms in terms of color like red pen, green grass, pink dress, orange butterfly, blue sky, white dress or white frog. So whenever we talk about a noun and describe it in terms of the color, we are basically adding an adjective to it. Adjective in the form of color. The next thing is by making an opinion about someone. He is a good boy. That's a wrong path. That's a right direction. She is a pretty girl. It's a beautiful day. So day is your noun and beautiful will become your adjective. Girl is your noun and pretty will be adjective. Right is your adjective and path, if we write in front of it as a noun, then that will be a noun and right will be your adjective. He is a good boy. So boy is your noun and good will be your adjectives. The next thing we talk about is in terms of size. As in a small box, a big house, a long rope. So a small box. Box is your noun and small will be adjective for it. A big room. Room is your noun and big will be adjective for it. A long rope. Rope is your noun and how is the rope? Long. So in terms of size also we describe a noun and make the word as an adjective like small, big, long, short, wide, narrow. Another parameter to write down the adjective is in terms of shape. Oval, rectangular, triangular and circular. It's an oval shaped room. It's a rectangular table. It's a circular building. So in terms of shape also we have described a noun. Age, he is a young man. He is an old man. So in terms of young and old, in terms of age also we describe a person. Temperature. It's a hot day. Cool breeze. Warm winters. Cold air or cold room. So whenever we define in terms of temperature, this also highlights the adjective. Then in terms of nationality, he is an American, he is an Indian, a Chinese toy, an Indian architecture, and American footwear. So this way also we can define adjectives. Then distance, far, near, long, short. So there are number of ways by which we describe a noun and distance is also a part of it. Then comes time, early, late, feelings, satisfied, blissful, happy, cheerful. So these are all the ways by which we define a noun and those definition of noun or those description of a noun acts as an adjectives. I hope this is clear to you, that we describe a noun in the following manner, or with the following parameters. Generally we define a noun. Let us go ahead. Now we are going to talk about types of noun. Types of adjectives. Adjectives are of 5 kinds. Qualitative adjective, quantitative adjective, demonstrative adjective, possessive adjective, interrogative adjective, and distributive adjective. Now I'm going to explain slide wise each and every kind of adjective. So the first of all, it is qualitative adjective. Qualitative adjective means the adjective to describe the quality of a person. How do you define the quality of a person? So whenever you need to define it, we ask ourselves a question: what kind of a person he is? What kind of? So the answer would be, he is a tall boy. Mohan is a tall boy. Radhika is a smart girl. Students achieve excellent results. He is a young boy. Christina is a slim girl. Ravi is an honest man. So whenever we ask ourselves a question, what kind of a boy Mohan is? So Mohan is a tall boy. What kind of a girl Radhika is? Radhika is a smart girl. So we ask ourselves a question in terms of what kind of. And when we give an answer, we are basically giving the qualitative adjectives. So tall, smart, excellent, young, slim, honest. These are all the qualities of the person we are highlighting. So whenever we describe a noun in terms of the quality, it's a qualitative adjective. Let us go to the next slide. Demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective means in which we point out something. We point out to the nouns. In terms of singular, we say this shamrock, that shamrock. So this we refer to the thing which is near to us. Far off things are referred with that. For plural nouns, we use these shamrocks. And if it is far off, we say those shamrocks. So whenever you need to define demonstrative adjective, we use this, that, these, those. This and that is used with the singular noun. These and those are used with the plural nouns. Let us go for the examples. This is my bag. So whose bag is this? This is my bag. Those students have been punished by the teacher. Who have been punished by the teacher? Those students. So you ask yourself who is being punished? Whose bag is this? So you are going to get an answer this way. This is my bag. Those students have been punished by the teacher. The next one. That red bag belongs to me. The bag which is lying over there, that particular bag belongs to me. The next one is, this is a nice place to visit. So the place where I am right now is a nice place to visit. So demonstrative adjectives are the adjectives which point out the nouns in terms of this, that, these, those. I hope demonstrative adjectives are clear. Let us go to the next slide for the next adjective. Possessive. Possessive adjectives shows the possession. Possession in terms of my pen, your bag, his pencil box, her home, our school, their parents. It's a magical trick. So this way we are going to refer the possessive adjectives. Like, this is his pen. Whose pen is this? His pen. So whenever we are pointing out a noun and the possessive is just preceded to it, it qualifies the noun in terms of possession. This is his pen. So pen is your noun and his will become your possessive adjective. Their parents came to my house yesterday. Whose parents? Their parents. So parents is your noun and their will become your possessive adjective. And there is one more here, my house. House is your noun and my will show the possession. So it's a possessive adjective. Next one is, your pencil is lying on the table. So there is a spelling mistake. I'm sorry for it. Your pencil is lying on the table. So your pencil. Pencil is your noun and your will become a possessive adjective. Our school bus has arrived. So school is your noun and our will become possessive adjective. This is her uncle's car. Whose car? Whose uncle's car? Her uncle's car. So her will become your possessive adjective. So whenever we talk about possession in terms of my, your, his, her, our, their, then that time we talk about possessive adjectives. That means we ask a question to us that whose things are we talking about. So the question starts with who. And whenever we answer those questions, we get the right answer. So I hope possessive adjectives are clear to you. Interrogative adjective. Now, interrogative adjectives, we ask question. It is used with the nouns to ask question. As in, what, whose, where, why, how, and which. You ask a question. As in, whose bag is this? So bag is your noun and you're asking about the bag. Whose bag? So it is your interrogative adjective. Which way we shall go? Which way? Way is your noun and which is asking a question for it. Which way we shall go? So it's an interrogative adjective. Then which car will they give us? So car is your noun and which is asked for it. Then again it's an adjective. What dessert would you like to have? So what, which, whose, where, why, how. So these are all interrogative words. When you place them just before a noun, they become interrogative adjectives. Fine. Let us go to the next slide. Distributive adjective. Distributive means to show that a person or things are counted collectively, normally used with singular nouns. So distributive adjectives refer to each one of a number taken one at a time. Fine. Each one of them taken one at a time. As in each, every, either, neither, anyone. Like, each of the students is responsible for littering. Out of all the students, each and everyone is responsible for littering the class. Every laptop comes with a free bag. All the laptops they come, each and every laptop comes with a free bag. Either of these books would be nice gift for him. Out of all the books, either one of them, any one of them, either of these books would be a nice gift. Neither question is easy. Out of all the question, not a single, neither question is easy. So each, every, either, or, neither, nor, any one refers to distributive adjective. So distributive adjective refer to each one of a number taken at one time. Next is adjectives of numbers. Like if we say 40 rupees, $80, 60 students, Fine. So these are all cardinal numbers. Fine. What do we call it? Cardinal numbers. There are 60 students present in the class. So students will become your noun and 60 will be the adjectives of number. Then ordinal number. Ordinal number refer to the order, in which order they stand, or the rank, as in first rank, second rank, third rank, first position, second position, third position. So when we talk about these ordinal numbers, we are basically referring as adjectives of numbers. Now there are indefinite adjectives which do not denote exact number, as in some and any. It can be in any amount, but it is not referring to the exact number. And generally some is used in affirmative sentences, positive sentences, whereas any is used in negative sentence. Let us look at the example. I have purchased some books. So there is a positivity. I have purchased some books. But in the next sentence, look at it. I have not purchased any books. That means not a single book I have purchased. So with these two examples, I hope it is clear that some denotes the affirmative side of it, whereas any denotes the negative side, as in I have not purchased any books. So indefinite adjectives are some and any, and they do not denote any exact number, but then it's an idea that they refer. Now there is a practice exercise. Before going ahead, let us do some practice exercise. Make adjectives from the following. These can be a verb, a noun. Now with these we are going to change them into adjectives. This kind of an exercise generally comes in the paper. Honor, when we make an adjective out of it, it becomes honorable. Beauty, beautiful. Slave, slavish. Quarrel, quarrelsome. Talk, talkative. Black, blackish. Red, reddish. Advise, advisable. Memory, memorable. Harm, harmful. Fever, feverish. Comfort, comfortable. Profit, profitable. Machine, mechanical. So these are some of the adjectives which we make out of nouns and verb. Fine. Let us go to the next slide about the order of adjectives. This order of adjectives generally comes in when we use number of adjectives in a sentence. So we place them in such a way that they give us a correct, meaningful sentence. So how should we place the adjectives? First of all, our opinion, then the size of it, shape of the object, age, color, origin and material. So this is generally the order in which the adjectives should be placed. Let us have an example. Lovely, small, circular, new, blue, French copper vase. So if you are using these many adjectives in a sentence, it should be placed in terms of opinion, size, shape, age, color, origin and material. We cannot make a zigzag position and place them. It has to come in the particular sequence. Let us go through the other examples also. Our neighbor has a big blue car. We can't say our neighbor has a blue big car. It doesn't make a sentence. So first of all, we need to define its size, its color and then the object that we are talking about. So our neighbor has a big blue car. Vani is a thin, pretty girl. So, thin, pretty girl. A small, beautiful plastic toy was broken by me. So, a small, that means its size, beautiful, it's your opinion, and the plastic is the material that we are talking about. So, a small, beautiful plastic toy was broken by me. So, this way you can place it so that it gives an exact meaning that the person wishes to draw in a sentence. So, the order of the adjectives in a sentence is a very important part, and we must be very careful in order to use many adjectives in a sentence. Now, the next part of adjectives is degrees of comparison. There are 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive degree means there is no comparison. For example, it's a hot day. It's a hot day. Day is your noun, hot is your adjective. So, hot day means there is no comparison. The next degree, comparative, in which we compare 2 things, as in, today is hotter than yesterday. So, in this sentence, we have compared 2 days, today and yesterday, and we have used the word than. So, whenever we compare 2 things, we use comparative degree. Then comes superlative degree, when we are comparing more than 2 things altogether, as in, today is the hottest day. Out of all the days, today is the hottest day. Then that time we are using the superlative degree. We talk about the unique aspect of it, isn't it? So whenever we say today is the hottest day, that means we are talking about something in which a comparison has been made for more than 2 things or 2 groups as well. Fine. So let us go ahead for the rules of it. Now, there are some of the words which are used as quantifiers. Quantifier is a word that usually goes before a noun to express the quantity of the object. Fine. Quantifier expresses the quantity of an object. So there are many quantifiers. Let us go ahead for some of the examples. Much and many. Much is used with the quantity, with the uncountable noun, and many is used in the number with countable nouns. As in, much means a large quantity of it, and it is used with uncountable noun, as in much sorrow, much ink, much rice. Many means a large number of it, and it is used with plural countables, as in many books, many years, many functions. So, much and many, much quantifies or qualifies the quantity. Many means a large number. Like for example, how much kilogram of rice did you buy? I called up the store many times to complain. So, many has been used with number and much has been used with quantity. Next, little, a little, the little. So, little, it's basically talking about almost none. It's negative. Little is almost a negative adjective. But when we say a little, that means there is some possibility of something. At least something is available. And when we say the little, it means the whole. Though it is very less, but as in whole, it is okay. So how can we use it in a sentence? I have little money. That means I have none. But if I say I have a little money, that means at least some money I have. I can manage. But in the last one, I bought a bar of chocolate with the little money I had. With whatever money, total money I had. So with that money, I had bought a bar of chocolate. So there is a slight difference in all the three, little, a little and the little. And there is a different meaning altogether it states in a sentence. So I hope with the sentence it is clear to you. If I say I have little money, that means almost none. I have nothing with me. I have a little money means I have little. That means at least some amount of money I have and probably I'll be able to manage. The next thing is I bought a bar of chocolate with the little money I had. With the little money means the total money I had, whatever I had, the whole amount I had spent to buy a bar of chocolate. Next, few, a few, the few. So few means not many. In fact, almost none. A few means at least some. The few means all of them. Though very few, but all of them. So let us see the difference in the examples. Few friends visit me. So I am often lonely. That means no one visits me. Nobody comes and visits me. So I am often lonely. Sometimes a few friends, at least some of the friends visit me and we have a nice time together. The friends I have visit me very rarely. So all those friends that I have, they visit me very rarely. Occasionally they visit me. So whatever friends that I have made, they all visit me rarely. So I hope with an example, with these examples, the usage of few, a few, the few is clear to you. Now, we are going to talk about how to make comparative and superlative adjectives. There are certain rules for it. Let us go for it and go through some of the spelling changes that are done in order to make positive and comparative degree. We add suffixes er and est to the positive degree with one syllable. One syllable means one vowel sound. One vowel sound means as in small, a, hot, o. Fine? So small, one vowel sound, hot, one vowel sound. So one syllable. So we add er and est to the positive degree with one syllable sound. As in small, smaller, smallest. Fine. So positive degree is your small. When we added er, it becomes your comparative degree. When we added est, it becomes your superlative degree. Then hot, hotter, hottest. Hot is your positive degree. When we added er, it becomes hotter, comparative. When we added est to it, it becomes hottest. So hot, hotter, hottest. Next rule, we add only r and st if the positive degree ends in e, as in fine, nice, gentle. So fine, finer, finest. Nice, nicer, nicest. So in order to make a comparative degree, we only added r to it. And in order to make a superlative, we added st to it. Finest. Fine. Fine, finer, finest. Nice, nicer, nicest. Third change. We change y into I and add er or est if the positive degree ends in y, as in pretty. So we remove y, add I to it and add er and est to make comparative and superlative degree. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. So whenever in a positive degree, we have y at the end, we remove y and add I to it. In order to make a comparative, we add er, and for superlative, we add st. So it becomes pretty, prettier, prettiest, heavy, heavier, heaviest. I hope it is clear to you. Let us go to the next rule. We add er and est after doubling the last consonant if a single syllable ends adjective with a consonant preceded by a short vowel, as in hot, tall. So T is your consonant here, so it will be doubled because it is followed by a short vowel sound or one syllable. Similarly, tall, double L, so it is followed by a short vowel sound, that is tall. So it will be hot, hotter, hottest, so double T. Similarly, tall, taller, tallest. Next thing, we add more and most. It is very important rule, please pay attention. We add more and most to the positive degree with adjectives of more than one syllable, as in useful. We cannot make usefuler, usefulest. So when we have more than one syllable, useful. So for that we add more in comparative degree, most in superlative degree. So it will become useful, more useful, and most useful. Then intelligent, intelliger. So there are 3 syllables here. So for 3 syllable words, we are going to use more and most for the comparative and positive, as in intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligent. Now there are some irregular comparisons also, as in much, more, most. Positive, comparative, superlative. Little, less, least. Positive, comparative, superlative. So the more we are going to use, the more it will be clear to us. And there is one more thing that we'll have to pay attention. We use than with comparative degree of an adjective whenever we make a comparison, like today is hotter than yesterday. So whenever we are making a comparative degree, we use than. And in superlative degree, we use the article the, like today is the hottest day, the hottest. So it is talking about superlative degree. Let us go for some of the examples. Big, bigger, biggest. Bright, brighter, brightest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. So you could see that there is a change in a spelling. We had by, so we added IER to it, IEST to superlative. Fat, fatter, fattest, doubling the consonant sound. Then fierce, fiercer, fiercest. Young, younger, youngest. Famous, more than 2 syllables. Famous, more than 1 syllable. So we are going to use more and most. Famous, more famous, most famous. Far, farther, farthest, or it can be far, further, furthest. Both can be accepted. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. So these are few of the examples that I have written where we made certain changes in the spelling. So I have added it here so that you could relate with the examples. Now at the end, we are going to do one exercise to check that we are able to make the correct degrees of comparison with positive, superlative and comparative degree. Fill in the blanks with the correct degree of adjectives which are given in the bracket. So such kind of exercises generally comes in the paper. When you attempt it, you can check whether you have actually understood the concept of adjectives. Solomon was a very dash man. Solomon was a very wise man. Why? Because there is no comparison made. It's a positive degree. So Solomon was a very wise man. Next one, that reference book is the dash of all. So thick is your adjective. So whenever any degree is preceded by article the, it's a hint. It gives us a hint, and with the meaning we could make out that it's a superlative degree. So that reference book is the thickest of all. The pen is dash then sword. So pen and sword, they are compared. So we are going to use comparative degree, and we have a hint here, than. So pen is mightier than sword. Ravi is the dash boy in the class. Ravi is the article, tallest boy in the class, superlative degree. Angelo is the dash man that has ever lived. Your adjective is wise. So we have a hint the here. So we can make out that it's a superlative, that degree we are going to use. Angelo is the wisest man that has ever lived. Anshul was dash than his friends. So Anshul and friends, they are being compared. So we are going to use comparative degree here. Anshul was more excited than his friends. This exercise is dash than the one we did yesterday. So this exercise is compared with the one we did yesterday. So it's a comparative degree. So this exercise is easier. Our word is easy, adjective is easy. So easier than the one we did yesterday. Which is the dash cunning animal? So it has been used here. So which is the most cunning animal? Fine. So I hope with this exercise the adjectives are clear to you. What is an adjective, kinds of adjectives, how to make adjectives out of nouns and verb, and the degrees of comparison, and how to place the adjectives in correct order. If you like my video, kindly like and share it so that you will be benefited. And if you have any query, and if you want me to make any other lesson on any grammar component, kindly write it in the comment section. Thank you very much.